Hey fam, today's video is sponsored by me again. Stick around to the end to hear about some cool new homebrew for D&D 5e. You all absolutely killed it with the love for the last challenge video, so I'm doing another one. But this time, we're pushing the boundaries even further. We're going to become level 20 as fast as possible while doing the least amount of work. Experiments like these are always fun because most of the rulebooks try to stay open-ended, to let players and dungeon masters get creative with the way they play. What I got from that though was that the devs wanted me to break everything. So here I am, breaking things. And I'm back at it again with a new insane idea that literally any D&D character can pull off with 0 magical items and at level 1, with just a few tricks and a simple direction to follow. If you want to see me break D&D again after this video, let's get to 10,000 likes. Unlike last time we had a goal, I can promise I'll deliver on this one. So, you know that little section on your character sheet that says experience points? Well, I'm sure most of you have no clue how this works because you don't use it. Back in my day, killing things and adventuring would give you XP, and once you got a certain amount, you'd level up. The amount you'd need would get higher with your level, to the point where you'd go from leveling up at least once a session to once every few months. Regardless, it was the way most of us liked to play, because there wasn't anything else available at the time, and it made the game feel more like World of Warcraft or Sword Art Online. All you youngins out there starting your tabletop journeys with 5th edition have it easy. All you need to do is play the game and the DM just tells you when you've leveled up. Usually it happens when some cinematic story event finishes and the party needs some extra strength before the next big quest begins. That, or the DM just decided on a whim. The problem with this milestone system is that only the DM gets to control when you've leveled up. And if you read the title of this video, then you know we don't have time for that nonsense. Relying on your DM to level up the party at thematically appropriate breaks in the story? Heck no. On this cruise ship, we only know 3 things: how to eat all the sushi in the cafe before anyone else can get to it, trans and minority rights because they're important, and how to break D&D in every way physically possible. So let's take a closer look at the old-fashioned system for leveling up and see what kinds of crazy technicalities we can pull from our butts.
Okay, let's just get this over with. Use the wish spell to become level 20.
I swear we're gonna bring this up in every challenge video. Yes, wish can work, but you better know your dungeon master like the back of your hand. If they don't bring pizza to sessions, give out tons of cool magical items, and genuinely value your character's backstory, odds are they're gonna try and hurt you if you try this. I'd sooner bet you could reach level 20 through the milestone system than by using the wish spell.
Yeah, figures. What about tagging along with higher level adventurers?
Oh, I'm assuming the idea plays out like this. With the way the normal XP system works, so long as you help out a little bit during an encounter, you can share some of the XP the party would receive. Since higher level groups tackle deadlier threats, tagging along could snag you a lot of experience. As most of you could probably tell, this is dangerous. First, you need to find a group of OP adventurers willing to have you tag along on their quest and keep you safe. If they don't promise you'll survive, any brisk wind that grazes your skin is gonna kill you. Higher level adventurers have deadly traps and monsters, so the best thing you can do is hide in the back line, provide some support magic, and let the others do their thing. Even if you somehow manage to survive long enough to level up, you'll find that the XP isn't worth the danger involved in obtaining it. It takes 2,148,400 XP to reach level 20. Sharing XP with a high level group is definitely the fastest way to grind when you're weak, but quickly loses its luster at around level 13. Every party member we're with takes a fraction of each reward, and with the difficulty capping at around level 20, the gains get less and less impressive as time goes on. Not only that, but through this entire idea, you'd need to go out of your way to roleplay through every encounter and every battle that takes place. It gets slow and time consuming, so once it gets stronger, I'd only continue to share XP with the group as a last resort.
Why don't you just go adventuring on your own then?
What? Slaying monsters by ourselves? We can't take that risk. What if one of them manages to inconvenience us by dealing an insignificant amount of damage to our armor? We can't have that. Dry cleaning is expensive and we need to pick our fights carefully. Not only that, but D&D wasn't designed with a one-person party in mind. A lot of official rules don't directly say it's a bad idea, but they do heavily encourage bringing at least 2 characters on an adventure together. Also, that assumes the DM balances the game with a smaller party in mind, which just means there'll be less XP to gain in general. I'd argue that this idea is even slower than the last one, but there's some merit to be had, specifically in how we can abuse the way XP is given out in the first place.
Becoming a crab fisherman to reach level 20?
Yep. This is gonna be amazing, trust me. Now, you're probably confused on how becoming a fisherman can get us the XP we need to level up, let alone why we need to specifically catch crabs. Well, a certain unnamed crabby menace had recently stoked the flames of war with one of their recent videos.
I've seen a lot of people attempting to run very anime-style D&D games with varying varying levels of success. While there's nothing wrong with that at all, I would just like to mention the fact that there is a whole world of other game systems that could fit in anime style much better than Dungeons and Dragons.
Don't listen to the foul words, this crab speaks, my beloveds. You're all validated and I love you. I thought we could be friends with the crabs, but it turns out they stand against our cause. There were tons of other creatures we could have farmed for XP, but because of this transgression, the next segment will involve the overfishing of crabs to extinction. Wizards of the Coast gave a bunch of super weak creatures stat blocks, which means that by defeating them, we can gain XP relatively fast. Every crab gives 10 XP, and groups of them can be easy to fish, so if we go on an epic crab fishing montage for a few years during downtime, reaching level 20 can easily be in our possession. The important thing here is the downtime though. If your DM wants to roleplay all of this in real time, the whole idea is ruined. Try your dang hardest to do this during time skips, and so much free XP can be in your grasp. Assuming we're starting this at level 1 and have access to both a fishing boat and a set of supplies, our goal is going to be murdering 214,840 crabs. Sure, crab pots weren't invented until 1920, but if artificers can run around with robotic pets, crafting a box for crabs shouldn't be that difficult. With some luck, a bit of practice, and a lot of hard work, murdering these crabs could be the fastest way to level 20 physically possible. The issue here would be the dangers that exist on the open sea, which if you're not careful might become an actual encounter, and heaven forbid we need to brainstorm more ideas to deal with this. So if crab fishing is too much to handle, feel free to just go into cat farming. They reproduce fast, give the same amount of XP by defeating them, and don't require a sailing vessel or thousands of gold worth of equipment. Am I going to feel immense emotional pain with each cute little feline face I destroy in combat? Yes. But it's worth it for the XP, right? Right? Maybe there's a reason Wizards of the Coast doesn't like using experience points. Maybe they thought the numbers were too difficult to manage. Maybe only leveling up after important events made better thematic sense. Or maybe they knew that one day, some redhead vampire kid would make a YouTube video talking about farming cats in D&D for infinite XP. From the morally questionable script I've written today, something tells me it had to have been that last one. So yeah, experience points in D&D are weird and make no sense, and hopefully this video was able to prove that. If your DM is running a campaign that uses the normal XP system, share this video with them and threaten to become a cat rancher. Could be fun seeing their reaction. Thanks for sticking around, and a reminder that this video was sponsored by the best anime homebrew packs you can find for D&D. Yeah, that's right, all you crabs. Anime into D&D works, and these packs are proof of that. With a group of passionate testers helping to make each one even better than the last, you can expect balanced, beautiful, and horror story-free materials on every page. If any of that sounds cool, you can check out my Patreon using the link down below. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next video.